Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a shining gloss color on my hair. So a while back, I did a video on this product. Sally Beauty just started carrying a new product from Wella Colorcharm. This is the Shine Luxe Top Coat Hair Gloss. So they have several different colors, and they're basically more of like a sheer color, and it's supposed to give you a glossing treatment and also refresh your hair color a little bit. Now, they're not super opaque pigmented colors. It's just meant to give you a shining top glossing treatment while also refreshing your hair color a little bit and adding a little bit of pigment back into the hair. So I will leave a link to that video up here for you guys in case you have not seen it. I bought every single color and swatched all of them for you guys. I also bought the clear one and I wanted to try this one on myself. I'm very skeptical when it comes to glossing treatments. I feel like most of the time they look beautiful initially once you wash them out, but then after you wash your hair the first and second time, the gloss is kind of gone. Your hair's not shiny anymore. It's not as soft as it once was. So this one's a little bit different because it's more of like a demi-permanent versus a semi-permanent. I normally use a semi-permanent gloss just to coat the outside of my hair, but I feel like it won't last as long. This one you mix with developer, so it's more like a demi-permanent. I feel like this one has the best chance of lasting the longest. So you mix this up a 1:2 ratio, 1 part of the color, 2 parts of the developer, and you want to make sure you get the dedicated developer that it recommends. This is specifically the Colorcharm Shine Luxe 6 volume. You don't want to mix this with like a 20 volume or anything like that. You want to go low volume, the dedicated developer, especially because it's just a glossing treatment. So let's look at my hair real quick and I will show you guys a good before. My hair is growing so much, you guys. At the time you're seeing this, it's way later. It's already been past a year by the time you're seeing this video, but currently I am 2 months shy of being a full year of me growing out my hair. Now, like I said, by the time you've seen this, it's past a year, you know, but as I'm filming this currently, I am 2 months away from growing my natural hair color out for a full year. Here's what it's looking like. I definitely have way more shine on my natural hair color than I do on the blonde. Blonde is not as reflective. It's a lighter color, doesn't have as much depth, so it's obviously not going to reflect light as much. But you guys can see, I feel like my ends do look pretty dry and brittle. Definitely could use some sort of treatment. My roots are looking awesome. They look very shiny and very healthy. So here is a good before. You guys see it's pretty dry. Doesn't feel the best down here. So we're gonna see if this treatment will help gloss and help these ends right here be a little bit more shiny. For the directions, it says apply evenly from root to ends on clean towel dried hair. Develop for 20 minutes. Check frequently for desired result. Rinse thoroughly until it runs clear, then condition and rinse. Now obviously this is clear, so I don't have to worry about it running clear because it's already clear. It's nice that they have it already pre-portioned off. So this tube is 2 ounces of color. So you just put the whole tube in here, and then this is 4 ounces of developer. So you literally just mix up 1 whole tube and then mix up 1 whole bottle of the developer. You don't have to measure it out because it's already pre-measured for you. Now, if you wanted to do half a tube and then half a thing of developer, obviously you're gonna have to get a scale or measure that in some way, but it's nice that the tube and the bottle of developer are already equally portioned for what you need. This smells very interesting. I'm getting very florally, kind of like an older perfume. It's definitely not my favorite. I can't remember if the other colors smelled like this, the ones that actually had pigment to them, but it's not my favorite smell. It smells very rosy, powdery rose, florally. We'll see what it smells like or if it changes once I have this fully mixed up, because it's about 50% mixed up right now. So we'll see once I get it fully mixed and applied to my hair if the smell changes. But right now it's not the best and it's not the worst. But if you love the smell of rose, you would probably love this. Or if you like a powdery older scent, you would probably like this. I'm just not a fan of a rose fragrance at all. Actually, really, it's probably one of my least favorite scents is like a rose. It's a little bit better. Starting to smell a little bit more citrusy in there. Still not my favorite, but it's not horrible. It's not horrible. Okay, everything is mixed up. Let's go ahead and start applying. Just gonna start at the top here. I don't know why it makes me nervous applying this on my hair. I think it's because there's developer mixed in, and for some reason that just makes me nervous with having so much of my virgin hair grown out. I haven't used any type of color on my hair that has a developer in it since I started like growing out my roots. So for some reason, I know it's obviously not going to do anything to my natural hair color and it's just going to glaze everything, but mixing a developer and a color starting to make me a little nervous. Now it says process 20 minutes and it also said checked for desired results. I feel like that's more of if you are using one that has color to it, obviously you're going to want to check it as it processes to see how the color is developing, and then you can rinse it off when you get your desired tone. But since this is clear, I am going to leave it on the full 20 minutes and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I get the maximum color glossing effect on my hair. Whenever I do color, I always like to go through and just apply it on my roots first. In this case, it obviously doesn't matter because there's no pigment to the color, but I do think it makes the application a little bit easier and also a little bit more even. If I just went in and applied it all over, I feel like I would definitely be missing some spots. So I just like to go in and put it all over at my roots, and then it makes it really easy just to go through and apply it on my ends. Makes the process a little bit quicker, I think. I cannot believe that it's been almost a year that I have not bleached my hair. The first time I did this, if you didn't know, I've done this one other time before. Back in 2021 into 2022, I went 13 months, so a year and 1 month without bleaching my roots, and that was my New Year's resolution. Like, that was something that I was like very gung-ho about. I stuck to my guns. I was like, no, I am not going to bleach my hair. This time around, I was like, you know what? I don't feel like bleaching my roots. I'm just gonna go a while and just not bleach my roots, and you know, I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I could go only a couple months and then want to bleach it. I could go 6 months. I could go a whole year. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I had no commitment, no like goal of waiting a whole year for my hair to grow out before I bleached again. I was really just like, let's just wait a while, let my hair heal a little bit. I had a lot of breakage, so I was like, let's just take a little break from bleaching, and if I have the urge to bleach my roots, then I'll bleach my roots. You know what I mean? No goals, no set ambitions. Let's just F around and find out. And the first time I went 13 months without bleaching my roots, it was really hard for me. Like, I wanted to bleach them so bad. Like, every month I was like fighting the urge to bleach my roots. And this time it has been totally different. Like, I thought it would be kind of like the same experience as the first time with me struggling and me wanting to bleach them, which would have been okay because I had no set goal. So it would have been fine if I, you know, only went 4 months and decided to bleach them. I actually am loving my natural color. I've been very excited to watch it grow, whereas last time I just wanted to bleach them. This time I get more and more excited the more time goes on. I love seeing my natural color. I think it's so pretty. I love seeing how thick my natural hair is. And you know, one of the reasons that sparked me wanting to start growing it out, or just thinking about it, was last Christmas, my mom and my brother were here. My mom had me straighten the back of her hair because her and I have pretty much identical hair types. Like, we have identical wave patterns, identical thickness. We both have like finer hair, but it's super, super thick and we have a lot of it. Our wave pattern is literally identical. So we have like really tight waves on the back of our head, specifically back here. So she wanted me to straighten the back of her hair because obviously it's harder to get those areas in the back of your head. So I was straightening her hair and I was like, oh my gosh, your hair is so thick. Like, it was just like a horse's tail. I was like, oh my gosh, her hair is so thick. And she's been growing out her hair too. And I hadn't seen her hair that thick in so long. And then it reminded me like, oh my God, my hair's like that. Like, my hair hadn't been that thick and healthy in so long. I forgot that my hair is exactly like hers and it feels that thick too. So I was like, man, I want thick hair like this. Like, the blowouts I could do if I let my hair grow out like this, and if it was this healthy, the way I could just like blow out my hair and it would be so huge and beautiful. But I was like, it'll never happen because I'll never leave it alone long enough to do that. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just see. Let's just see. My hair needed a break. Like I said, I had breakage everywhere and I was like, let's just see. And here we are. Almost a year, and honestly, I really don't have any urge at all to bleach it, which is crazy, you guys. Like, that's insane. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm now in my 30s and if I'm just getting older, you know, but I don't have any urge to bleach my hair at all. I would like to let it grow out a whole nother year and then get highlights. Like, that would be my goal, is to always keep my natural grown out but bring up highlights so I'm more blonde at the bottom, and then my natural can grow in, and then I'll get highlights like once a year. That would be my goal. That way, if I still want to play around with color, I can, you know? It's kind of the best of both worlds. I can maintain the integrity and the health of my hair, only bleaching it once a year, and I'll be blonde enough to where I can play play with color, and we would also be able to see what certain colors look like on my natural color and also on blonde. So that's my game plan and like my goal. Now, like I said, it's not a set goal. It's not something like I'm doing this is what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of just going with the flow like I have been for the past year. You know, if I feel differently one day and I want to bleach everything back to white blonde, I can. I have no like set, this is exactly what I'm doing. But in my head, that would be my ideal, is to just let it grow out a whole nother year without bleaching it. Literally let it grow out 2 full years. So it's like mostly my natural grown out. And then I'd love to go into a salon and find like a blonde specialist. That's the only problem I'm a little worried about, is finding somebody who I trust to give me like the blonde and keep the integrity of my hair. I'm very nervous about that. So I'd have to do a lot of research, and I'd probably have to travel somewhere in order to get what I'm looking for. But that's my goal for now. That way, if I want to do rainbow hair again, I can, because I'll be blonde with some of my natural, and it would be more of like a lived-in rainbow. So yeah, I don't want to ex-nay the colorful hair completely, because I know myself and I know I go through ebbs and flows, and I go through spurts of wanting natural and then wanting, you know, neon. So I feel like that would give me the best of both worlds. We will see what the future holds. I know for a fact that I would like to keep seeing my natural color. Even when I get highlights, I still definitely want some sort of like a grown out root, so that way I can still see my natural, because I love it. I've even thought about starting to just go copper during the fall, like once my hair is more grown out and healthy after the 2 years, you know, going more of like putting a semi-permanent copper over everything for the fall. I think that that would be really pretty once my hair is grown out. Putting that semi-permanent copper over my natural and also the blonde highlights, I feel like it would give me such a nice dimensional coppery tone. Okay, using up the rest of this color. Just gonna smush everything through really good. All right, everything is applied and really saturated on here. I went ahead and I set my timer for 20 minutes. Here's what it looks like. It looks like I have conditioner on my hair. So I will be right back once I rinse this off and blow dry it, and we'll see what it looks like. I'm very curious if it's going to improve the texture of my hair. That I'm a little skeptical about, because it's not like a semi-permanent gloss where it's like conditioning my hair. It is a demi-permanent color. So I'm curious if I should follow up with like a deep conditioning treatment. Am I supposed to wash this out or just rinse it? Develop for 20 minutes, check frequently for desired result. Rinse hair thoroughly until it runs clear, then condition and rinse. So you're not supposed to wash. So you're just supposed to condition the hair and rinse. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will be right back in a flash to show you guys what it looks like, and we will see if my hair looks any more glossy or if it's improved texture-wise at all. All right, you guys, I am back. Here is the finished result. I definitely think it looks shinier. I will say my hair felt like absolute trash after I rinsed it off. I did use a conditioner, just like a regular everyday conditioner, after I rinsed off the product, and I blow dried my hair, and my hair was very, very tangled. It felt pretty dry and it did not feel conditioning. Now that it's dry, it obviously, look at that, it's way more shiny. Definitely way more shiny than it was before, especially those blonde ends. Do you guys see that shine and reflect on those blonde pieces? That's crazy. I don't know if my roots are any shinier. I think they actually are a little bit shinier. So it definitely made my hair look a lot more shiny, but it did not make my hair feel very good. Now that it's dry, it feels normal. It doesn't feel like super damaged or anything now that it's dry, but it definitely felt very tangled and brittle and dry when my hair was wet. So here's what it looks like from the back. Does it look shiny? My regrowth definitely looks shiny. Look at that shine. That's crazy. I definitely think it's shinier than it was before. Definitely think it works. Now, how long it will work for, that's my like qualm with glossing treatments and stuff. I feel like they always swear it'll last so many weeks or whatever, and I feel like it never does. It normally will last until you wash your hair next, and then the gloss effect is gone. That's why I just prefer like leave-in treatments that are glossing. XMONDO has a whole glossing line. He has treatments and he also has leave-in products, and the leave-in products I think are way more effective. That way, after you wash your hair, you just put them in, blow dry your hair and style it, and you're going to get that glossing effect every single time. You don't have to go out of your way to do a special treatment that's only going to last until you wash it till the next time. So I just prefer the leave-in treatments, but this definitely made my hair shinier, and I feel like it did what it said it was going to do. Now again, how long it's going to last, I don't think it's going to last that long, just until my next wash, but it is really pretty and shiny for now. I will leave a link to the Wella and also XMONDO's color glossing system in the description down below for you guys. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.